Good afternoon, Covidians. Fresh from a trip to the dentist and antibiotics for a gum infection, plus the need for a panaural dental x-ray. Panaural, boy, that sounds really good. I'll go and get myself booked in for a panaural later. But fresh from that great experience of our wonderful NHS, and I truly do mean that. Look at this. Look at this. This is just so true, isn't it? It's another, we've lost them. How does a government lose so many things? I mean, take the Windrush generation that came here all those years ago, before I was even born, most likely. Do you remember when they lost their landing cards? Yeah? They lost them. I mean, take the Queen, right? She's really, really old. Do you think they lost the Queen's birth certificate? Yeah? I mean, do you think they did? But they lost the landing cards of all these Jamaicans. They seem to want to, dare I say it, repatriate? So now, the latest in the new sleaze rows, the government claims it has lost the official record of a call between its senior health minister, disgraced ex-MP Owen Paterson, and Randox firm he lobbied for while in Parliament, amid calls for a probe over 600 million contracts for £600 million contracts for PPE equipment. There we go, Randox again. Dear old Randox. Radox would have probably been easier to find. They'd have kept it in the bathroom, wouldn't they? Somewhere like on a shelf. Well, hopefully where it wouldn't fall into the bath. But, you know, they would have found Radox, wouldn't they? Yeah. But not apparently Randox. Well, I do know a friend of mine online, a friend of many online, the great comedian Jane Godley is in hospital, and I'm sure she would be expecting at some stage to see this man turn up and say this thing. That's what I think, you know, you all should expect. In fact, I think next time I go back to the dentist and I am in that chair with my mouth like trying a conversation with your dentist, it's one of the hardest things in the world because you can't close your mouth to form the words. But I expect to see him going, "Hey, peasant, out of that chair, consuming NHS resources, consuming money that I could give to my rich friends. That chair is for paying customers only. Are you a paying customer, peasant?" Well, the other thing the BBC are always doing is they're renaming, rebranding, reinventing. Take when a company like Hotpoints, Indesit, for example, has a bit of a problem with failing products, and I used to work for them, yeah. Failing products, tumble dryers, fridges, washing machines catching fire. What do you do? What do you do when you've kind of almost got your own slot permanently booked on Watchdog? Well, what you do is you rebrand. You rename. In their case, they rebranded and renamed to Whirlpool. We've got a Hoover washing machine on rent, by the way. So, Whirlpool. What do you do in the BBC and it's Johnson's Lies? Well, you rename Johnson's Lies on the High Speed 2 Northern Rail. You rename them as Over-Promising. There you go. Get that hand up there. Johnson didn't lie. Of course he didn't lie. He didn't lie. He just over-promised. Every politician over-promises, don't they? Yeah, come on, they do over-promise and under-deliver. They always overpromise and underdeliver, don't they? And that's why we vote for them, because we know they overpromise and underdeliver. So there you go. And well, let's give Johnson's lies another title that might be just a little bit closer to the truth. And I think this gentleman farmer got it about right here. This guy with the the dungarees on, and he's got the flat hat on, and Johnson's there in his rather smart-looking jacket, and he's saying to him, "And that be the level that bullshit came up to last time you was here." And I does agree. Even though I is not living in Cornwall, and even though I is one of them, I is one of them Norfolk dwellers now, but I say that be the level the bullshit came up to last time he were here. That's what it does, doesn't it? Yeah, you see, we rename things. We reinvent them. Yeah? You know, we say they are the new and improved. During the war, there was like a special, because Germany didn't have like real coffee beans. They made them out of, I don't know, acorn seeds or something, and it was like replacement coffee. But they called it, I don't know if the exact German word for special is Ersatz. Yeah. So instead of just saying it was like replacement coffee or something like that, or coffee made from acorns or whatever, they said, no, it's special coffee. It's Ersatz coffee. Ersatz. It's special, yeah? And if it's special, you'll drink it, won't you? Because it's special, yeah. Well, Dorothy Brunson, you're dead right. Boris the tanked engine, permanently tanked, yeah? There you go, permanently tanked, yeah? I would have said a right petrol tanker, but that's a whole different kind of rhyme, isn't it? Boris the petrol tanker, yeah? Well, yeah, with all that rise in the price of fuel and all that, look, come on. It's only temporary. Don't worry, we'll see the benefits from Brexit in 100 years' time. 100 years' time, you'll see the benefits from Brexit. Meanwhile, a thing I think you've got to bear in mind, as Valerie quite rightly reminds us here, is that being in a majority is not synonymous with being right. Yeah, because these people were in a majority, but were they right? Yeah. Beware of stupid people in crowds. Just beware of that, okay? Oh, another one for our Northern Powerhouse. Oh, Northern Powerhouse. Oh, it's just not going to happen, is it? Yeah. It's just not going to happen. It's all been rebranded. Yeah, it's all been rebranded. Yeah. Oh, another one I quite like, by the way. The new Manchester to Leeds train line is unveiled. I just got to share that one with you because I just love it. Yeah, there you go. That's it. And it's especially early. That, my friend, is the Santa Special. It's been revealed with the Santa Special going up there up north, where it's grim up north, because all of us buggers know it's grim up north. It's so bloody grim up north that we'll suffer for a second class ticket for north, yeah. And here, talking about second class and rail is where I'm going to sort of more or less come to an end. Yep. I don't know if you remember ages ago on Top Gear, and I used to like Top Gear, and I used to even confess to liking Clarkson. But there was one thing that, besides hitting a member of the production crew or whatever, that kind of really put me off, the arrogant bully entitled Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah, but there was one thing that he did, and then they made an episode all about a train well, rather, a railway that would be run with, instead of having a locomotive, yeah, the train would have a car pulling it instead, yeah. So they built up this, train. It was an actual train, and on this train they had two classes, and here's where the Jeremy Clarkson bit came in, and it makes me puke. Yeah, I know it was all supposed to be a bit of fun and everything, but we had first class, where James Mays served the cucumber sandwiches, the champagne. There were, there were doilies, there were proper seat backs and everything. It was perfect. First class. You practically wanted to bring your own butler. And then, of course, at the back, Clarkson suggested we have cattle class, and that's where everybody else goes, and that's where there's a toilet attached to the end of the train, and where you just kind of sit down and do your business. Yeah, first and second class. Yeah, what we're turning into is a society of the super rich, the super wealthy, therefore the super powerful, and everybody else. The extremely rich and powerful, and the dirt poor and powerless. Yeah? And when those kind of times arrive, that is when the fascists, like Johnson, step in. Yeah. Anyway, good luck with your reduced services on the new Northern Rail. Bye.